Good Monday morning, everyone. Hope your Monday is going well. It is beautiful this morning. It feels like fall. I know, wishful thinking, but it is so cool and crisp this morning. It's beautiful. It's a great night to sleep. We had some really hot weather last week, and it's just nice to have a little break. So today is this week is a pretty big week around here. We are drying apple up. So no more milk. No more milking. It's really sad. It's bittersweet actually. So she is bred, and she is due at the very end of September, beginning of October time. Actually, I think her due date is like September 29th or something like that. But obviously, we don't know. It's just like a human. You don't know exactly when they're going to have the baby, but around then. And so it's important to let the cow get a little break and let her body recover, let her body concentrate on finishing up those last few months of pregnancy, giving everything to the baby, and so just giving her a break and make sure the baby gets all the colostrum and all the good stuff when the calf is born. So about 2 months is a good time, 2 to 3 months. It just depends on your situation, your cow, however, but we're going for the 2-month mark this time. Last time we tried to give her a longer dry off period, but that was because she had been in milk for, I'm going to say like 15 months by the time we had dried her off, because we had a hard time getting her bred. So she had been in milk for a long time, so we tried to give her a, excuse me, more like a 3-month break. But as you've probably heard, or if you haven't, she lost that calf, and it was only 3 weeks, I believe, after I dried her up. So this poor girl, she milked for like you said, what was it, 14, 15 months, then had 3 weeks off, and back to milking for a year, because it has been a year since she had that calf. Actually, I think it's today. Actually, I think it was like the 22nd or 23rd that she lost the calf. So, so it's been a whole year. She deserves a break. But, of course, when we talk about that, her situation is not like a commercial dairy farm or an actual dairy farm where they. Sorry, I forgot my strip cup. I don't have my strip cup. I just milk the first few squirts right into the ground, and I feel for any clumps. But at this point, the likelihood of her having anything is super slim. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, she's not like at a dairy farm. It's not like she's been milking a ton twice a day for a year. We milk twice a day for the first couple. It depends. Month and a half. Just to make sure she doesn't get too engorged, make sure the calf can handle it, the calf doesn't take too much and get too all of that. Then we just go to once a day, and the calf is on her the rest of the time. So we don't, she is milked. I mean, the calf drinks a lot, but she's not getting milked. She's not having a super full udder twice a day. Does that make sense? And at this point, so her calf, we got a replacement calf. Sorry for that in my eye. We got a replacement calf, and we weaned her after Christmas. So, gosh, my memory's great. So I think she's been weaned for like 7 months-ish. And so then it's just once a day, and we get like we would get like 3.5 gallons for quite a while. But now we've been down to 2. And in the past couple weeks, some days we don't even get 2 gallons. I do not push her at all. I mean, she gets hay, she gets grain, all that, but I don't give her so much to make her production higher. I could make her production higher, but I want her udder to last a long time. She will be 6 in September, and if we play our cards right, I mean, knock on wood, there's a longer list of things that could go wrong, but she could last, she could live 15 plus years, we could have her for a long time, and we hope we do. So I want to keep her udder good and healthy so that we do get to keep her for a very long time. I don't push her. Anyway, so she hasn't been milked at a high production for a year. Does that make sense? So anyway, so we're bummed, it stinks because really going back to store-bought milk is awful. It's awful. But we deal with it for 2 months. I will, let's see, like I said, she's down to like 2 gallons or under 2 gallons a day. So at this point, I could like do every other day milking, and wean her that way. But because she's at such a low production anyways, I think I'll just cold turkey her and just the day that I'm done, that'll be the last day, and that's that. I will, and it'll take her, she'll have a couple uncomfortable days, but again, she's not producing at a high production at any form of the word, not for a cow, and so it shouldn't take her very long for her body to just adjust, and that's what we did last time. Now, some people choose to do an injection into their teat, and called tomorrow, and that it's like a mastitis prevention, and helps dry them up, I believe, but we do not, because she has actually never had to have any injections into her teeth at all. For one, it's just not necessary. She's never had mastitis, we have never dealt with it, so why we don't really need to. But then also because she's never had mastitis, never had an issue, she's never had an injection into her teeth, which by nature it harms the teeth by doing that. It widens up the opening, and it allows for more bacteria in. It's necessary. There's nothing, I mean, I've had to do it on 2 other cows. It's not fun, but it's a necessary evil when you have mastitis. But because she's never had that, her teeth are really, they're really healthy. Her udder's really healthy, and we don't want to compromise that. So we do not do any sort of dry off treatment. And this is what we did last time. I just did cold turkey, and like I said, it did not take her very long at all for her body just to stop. I will, obviously I can't really cut back on grass or hay or anything like that because she needs that. But I will stop giving her grain as well. So, yeah, exciting, sad, and I do have a whole ton of butter in the freezer. I think 40-ish pounds, just to get us through 2 months. It's really not that bad, but the first few weeks of her having a calf, she does not give us very much cream. Cows are so smart. I think I've talked about this before. They know that hind milk, even in humans, you have your foremilk and your hind milk. Your foremilk comes out first, and it is like the skim milk. It doesn't have much fat in it, but the hind milk, when it comes out later, that has the fat in it. So that has the cream. So she holds up. It's called. She holds up her cream for her calf. And that's wonderful, and that's great. And I let the calf have all, she knows best, and I love how smart they are. And so for the first little bit, we don't get very much of a cream line. I mean, we'll have a good couple inches, but I have a spider coming down. Just got insects all over. Welcome to farm life. Anyway, so yeah, I have a lot of butter stored up, and I'm going to make ice cream this week, and I will make sure that we have a good 7 gallons or more in our freezer by the time I actually finish, or I dry her up. So I want to have her dried up by next Sunday would be ideal, Saturday, Sunday. So I'm trying to think. We have probably 3 gallons in the fridge right now, and then just make sure that I have like 7 gallons, get us through a little bit. You know, it'll last a little while. And what else do we have to make? I was hoping to make some more cream cheese. I think I can definitely manage that. And yeah, but again, it's only 2 months. It's not like forever that we have to be without our delicious milk, but we sure do miss. We really, really miss it when we don't have it. It's just, it's so good. So good. She's such a good cow. So we are praying that this calf is happy and healthy and stays in her for the time it needs to. 2 more months. So far, so good. She's been doing really well. She's really fat this time, or she just is bigger. Which when we first got her, she was literally weeks away from calving, and you couldn't even tell. We're like, "Are you sure this cow is bred?" She just hid her pregnancy really well. You know people like that, right? Where you're like, "You're pregnant," or "You're full term. You look like you have a little tiny bump." Well, that was her. She like barely, and then she had a 100-pound calf. She had this gigantic calf. But this time around, she's actually she's showing. So that's kind of fun to see her big belly. And we are taking her to the fair, as long as it's not like going to be ridiculously hot or something that week where it would be more stress than it's worth for her. Let me go give her her drink. So yeah, as long as she's doing well, she doesn't seem stressed, it's not going to be super hot, we are going to take her to the county fair. And she'll be shown as a dry cow, which is fine. It's a good learning experience for my son. He has shown in the past, but he showed a heifer. She was, she's a lot smaller, than Apple. Apple's a big girl, and she has a big, heavy head and weighs a lot. So, but she's also super gentle. She's been shown before. She's great with a halter. But she's a cow. They're unpredictable and everything. So we thought that, this would be a good starting. Have him show her as a heifer. So we don't have to worry about milking at all at the fair. And I just think about how that would go. It's not everyone. I don't know. We'll see if at any point we do show her while she's in milk, and I'll be the one hand milking. But anyway, so that's in 2.5 weeks, and that we will be taking her there, and that'll be exciting. So I do need to. I think I was talking about her being fat, but sorry, she's pregnant, right? She's not like fat, like a fat cow at calving is a really bad thing. That's not good. You don't want your cow fat at calving. Whole host of issues can crop up with that. That's not her. That's Tank. You probably, I don't know if you can hear it. But so yeah, and then she'll have a good month and a half after that to just relax and enjoy the last few weeks of pregnancy, and then we get to have our calf in the end of September, early October, and we're so excited for that. It's kind of like, it's just a surprise all around. When we had babies, we did not find out the gender until birth for any of ours, and just love that surprise. Well, obviously for a cow, you can't, I shouldn't say that, like you can do ultrasounds, and they can, if your vet tech or your vet is really skilled in that, they can tell you. And our vet does think it could be a bull calf, but they did. The calf was really little when she confirmed pregnancy, and she said, "I'm really bad at this." She might have said that because she knew I really want a heifer, but I just want a healthy calf, really. So, anyway, so we don't know, obviously, if it's a boy or girl. I'm putting my money on a bull. I really am. I will be, like, completely blown away if she has a heifer. Like, 100%. I'm convinced she's having a bull. But that's okay. It's okay. It's okay. But then we also get to be surprised with the daddy. We don't know who the daddy is. So that's kind of fun. She was AI'd with 2 different bull semen. So, Angus and a Guernsey. So it's going to be very obvious which one's the dad, who's the dad. But, so that'll be exciting and nerve-wracking. So she's always done great. She's a great mama. But she's getting older, and so then when they get older, they have more of a chance of having milk fever and ketosis issues and stuff like that. So we will be prepared, and I have amazing friends that live really close that are so wonderful, and they help us out so much. And so I know if we have any issues, they'll be right here helping us. It's so helpful. Yeah. Well, that's gonna be my last Monday morning milking for a little while, and then we'll see how things go. If I'll pick it up. Honestly, life is so busy. I really love doing YouTube, and I really want to do YouTube more, but sometimes you gotta realize that maybe it's not the season for it, and I don't know. I'm praying a lot about it because I just don't know. It's so much work, and I'm up to my eyeballs in work already, and we got homeschool year starting in just a couple weeks, so yeah, we'll see. Hopefully I will be back at least with the birth announcement and stuff like that, because that's just super fun, and everyone else should hear some good news, right? I am going to get her milk in the house, get it strained for the last time. I'll probably do 4 more milkings, and then she'll be done. I think Friday will be my last day. So I think she's ready too. She's such a good girl. We love her so much. But she's ready for a break as well. So, all right. Well, I will see you all again sometime at some point, whether it be in end of September when I have a calf announcement, or hopefully I have a video up sooner with something else, some other news. So, all right. I hope you all have a great week and a great rest of your summer. I will talk to you again.